Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I want to talk about more reasons why your listings aren't selling. People really enjoy these videos and I think they are really helpful if you're really trying to better your listings. So hopefully this is helpful for you, and make sure that you're subscribed because I do these monthly on my channel here, and I also have a lot more content. If this is not something that particularly interests you, I have a lot more reselling content that I think would actually be really helpful for you. So definitely make sure you're subscribed, but let's get started and go through more reasons why your listings aren't selling. Okay, so in this first example, these shorts don't really look that great. The photo is kind of dark. It kind of looks, like the jeans look a little old, and the title is not really that great either. It doesn't really specify that they are a denim short, and it just kind of feels like it's confusing to the buyer. So I would definitely specify in the description or in the title that they are jean shorts. Specify that they are cuffed if they are pre-cuffed. Specify, this person did, it looks like they did specify like the rise and the length and stuff like that, but definitely make sure you specify if they are jean shorts or not, because that is a concern that a lot of people might have, to know if they are jeans or not. So you definitely want to make sure you put that in the title, and make sure the picture looks a little bit better, and this item would actually sell a lot quicker. Okay, so this next listing isn't so bad, besides the fact that the background is not completely whited out, but I mean, honestly, it's against a plain background, so I will give them credit for that. But the title is where the problem is. So they kind of wrote like a sentence almost, like describing the item, and they talk about how it's in a beautiful gold color. And I feel like it's better off to just say crew neck knit sweater gold, or like gold crew neck knit sweater. You don't have to say in a beautiful gold color, because that's relative. That doesn't really help describe the item, and someone's not really going to be searching in the description beautiful gold color. So like, I just don't think that's helping the searchability of the item, and I just don't think it's going to help the sellability of the item either. Okay, so this next one says that it's a pencil skirt, and the pictures are not bad. There is only a couple pictures, but the main problem is they never have a full-length picture of what the skirt looks like in the picture. So you don't know if it's longer or shorter, or like what length it would be roughly. And there's no measurements or anything that describe like if it's, mini length, if it's knee length, or anything like that. So I think it'd be really helpful for the person to put in the description, or also the pictures, to show the entire item and specify what the length is. And I think it would actually sell quicker because people would be sure what they were actually buying. Okay, so this next one, it just says Old Navy shorts in the title. So that's not very specific. These are, striped. They have like a string detail, like a drawstring. And so I think there are better ways to explain this item in detail. And I think it's hurting the sellability of the item, because when someone's searching for what they're looking for, they're not going to just type in Old Navy shorts. They're going to type in specifically what they're looking for. And also, it's not very descriptive. No one knows what these shorts actually look like. So for someone who's, basing the picture, if they're just seeing the titles really quickly, just seeing Old Navy shorts is not really going to help them want to buy the item, because they don't really know what they're buying. Also, I can't really tell, are these like athletic shorts, or are they swim shorts? Like, what are they? It's really hard to tell, and I think that could all be clarified in the title. So this next one, there are two major things wrong. First, the photo is sideways, so you definitely want to straighten out the item and rotate it for the cover photo. That's very important. And the second one is the title. The title just says draft listing. Not sure if that was a typo, not sure if that was an error, but I actually did see a couple listings from this person's closet that said that. So I think that was just a, issue that they had. So you definitely want to make sure that the title is more descriptive. Definitely don't put draft listing, because that doesn't really look that good. Is this item not even available? Is this not the final product? Like, what is happening here? So just change that and make sure that the title is descriptive, and make sure you turn the photo, and this item would probably sell so much quicker than the way it is now, because this is not going to come up in someone's search. And so you're basically just hoping someone comes across it in your closet and is willing to pay for it, even though they don't really even know what they're getting into. Okay, so this next one, the title is really descriptive and it's nice and described, but the problem is the background is quite noisy for such a noisy piece. So the shirt is color blocked and it has multicolor going on, but the problem is this person has such a busy background that it really takes away from the details of the sweater and makes it kind of hard to see. So in this case, I always say that having a clean white background is the best thing that you can do, but in most cases just having a neutral background works. But this one, then the background is not really neutral and it really takes away from the sweater. So especially when you have those non-neutral items, it's so important to have a neutral background to really represent and show the item better and more clear to the people that are searching for it, and also that are seeing it, because it's less distracting and it's less noisy to the potential buyers. So this next one, there are two main things again wrong with this listing. First, the background is like a black color and the item is also like very hard to see. I'm not even sure what color the shoes are. Maybe they're black, maybe they're white. I'm not even really sure, but the photos are very dark. It looks like they were taken with like a nightlight or something, or like they were like glow in the dark. It's very confusing. But also there's like a frame that is used in the picture. They basically use one of the Posh filters. So I highly recommend not using those Posh filters. I don't really think they do any justice. I don't think they add anything to the photo, and I don't think they make it look better. So just use the regular square photo that Posh provides, and also don't use a black background, especially when you have a dark colored object. So in this case, I'm assuming they are a black shoe. It really takes away from what the item actually looks like. And I did look to see in this person's closet, and all of their shoes are actually using this black background, and it really makes it hard to see the item that they're getting. They can't tell if it's dirty or how used it is or anything like that. So I really recommend, if you're going to use a neutral background at all, use like a white or a beige or something like that, and that would really help you be able to see the item a lot more clearer than this. Okay, so this next one was actually a description that I came across, and I just had to laugh at the description. They basically are saying that the item is in very bad condition, that it's heavily worn, but yet their price is kind of still high. So I don't even know, like, I wanted to include it in this video, but it's kind of like, I guess you could sell whatever you want, but I don't think that's going to really help the item sell if you're saying that it's in very bad used condition and it's that expensive. But hey, I mean, I guess people are willing to buy things these days, but I mean, I gotta give them credit for being accurate with their description, but also I don't think I would list something on Poshmark that was in really bad condition. So I don't know, I just think that this shouldn't even be a listing in general. Okay, so this next reason that this item is not selling is because the description. The description has a lot of flaws. So it basically says, do not ask me for measurements, I do not have time, blah. Now, this is a big red flag to me and would definitely make me not want to purchase from someone, because I don't really know what I'm getting into. I don't know if the item's going to fit me or not. And so I just don't think this is a good idea. I think this turns off a lot of buyers, including myself. And so if I came across this listing in my feed and I was searching for the item, I would just skip to the next item. So don't be this seller. If you don't have time to put the measurements, then you really shouldn't have time to make the listing in general, because the measurements are so important. And also, you saying that you don't have time to do the measurements is really bad customer service. So do not be that buyer. Make sure you add measurements, and if you don't add them by default, make sure you're willing to accept if someone has a question on measurements. I think that is a completely reasonable ask of people, and I think it's only fair. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I kind of went through, my feed again and came across these listings, and I think a lot of these are simple changes that could really improve your Poshmark closet. So if you have any of these issues, these, busy, noisy backgrounds, basic backgrounds, not having a white background or a clear background, and not being descriptive in the title and all these things, these are things that you can actively change in your closet and definitely improve your listings. A lot of people are always asking what they can do to make more sales and stuff like that. So I just think it really stems from your listings. Are your listings good? Are they things that people are actually going to want to purchase? I've been actually buying a lot more on Poshmark recently, and I've been noticing more and more that the items that I'm looking for, the pictures are really bad, the description's really bad, the seller is not responsive. So like, these are all things that make a big difference. And I personally am not going to purchase from someone that doesn't have the things that I'm looking for in their listing. And I know a lot of other sellers and buyers on Poshmark feel the same way. So definitely make sure your listings are good. Take that time to make sure that they stand out and look good amongst all the other listings on Poshmark, and you're gonna have way more success with your listings. If you want to see another video on more reasons why your listings aren't selling on Poshmark, you can click right here. And if you want to see the new features that have been released recently that have to do with live shows, there were a bunch of features that were released in the last couple of months that are going to help you have more success with those live shows if you do them. You can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.